The Frankly Speaking Roof Can, brought to you by Ball Security and ForSense. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on YBC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acomb. We are broadcasting from the Hesselson studio, and in that studio this morning, it's Chris Callas. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you for having me back, Frank. I appreciate your time.
Yes, it's hard to believe it's that time of year already for the college fair.
It is.
Is it earlier this year?
By a couple days, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it's earlier than we first started. It used to be the Wednesday before Memorial Day.
Oh, really?
So now we've partnered to move it earlier because there's another event happening the next morning at Watkins Glen High School.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk first because I think this is something that we have to address. We're used to it, and it's still called the Elmira Elks College Fair, but we've got a new location.
Correct. So, which is a wonderful thing to have. Mm-hmm. So it is being moved this year. It's still governed by the Elmira Elks Lodge, but it's being moved to Thomas Edison High School, which is located in Elmira Heights.
Right.
So everyone is welcomed. Everyone, not just Heights students, everyone's welcome. So we will have someone at the Elks to direct traffic if they show up there.
Good idea.
Yes, to say you need to go north.
Yeah.
So it was going to be Thomas Edison High School. So we've outgrown the Elks, basically.
That's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. So again, with all the students that are going to be attending, and adults and parents and grandparents and whoever, is a great problem to have. And I love the Elks, and I thank them for what they've done for us facility. But we are growing, and we're moving upward and onward because it's a safety issue at this point.
Right. Wow.
So
that's like I said, that's fantastic because I've been along for the ride. I think the whole time, seeing this
You have.
grow every year. So how's the planning going this year?
It's been very busy. It has been very busy. This is crunch time, as you know.
Yeah.
We're only a few days away, which makes a huge difference. The biggest thing with the college fair is getting the word out to the students. Mm-hmm. So like if students are listening to me live talk about this, they need to know that we want them to come. It's never too early, whether you're in 7th grade or 8th grade or 9th grade. It's never too early to come to a college fair, walk around, and get a reality check of what grades you need and what it takes to get into the school.
Well, and I think we've talked about that in the past. There's so many things that you may not be aware of before you go in, and that's why it's so nice, and this is such a unique opportunity because you get to ask the individuals, hey, what do I need to know for this college? What do I need to know because maybe I play this sport and that college doesn't have that sport.
Absolutely.
There's so much to learn. How long have you been holding this?
Well, this will be my 15th year.
Is that right?
So I was elected to the school board on Elmira Heights.
Yeah.
It'll be 15 years. I started this back then, and then it's grown and grown. So we're bringing it to the Heights again to have this happen with more space. But yeah, and the nice thing about it, and I got to put this right out there, Frank, it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, which is on the flyer, which I'm going to talk about them in a minute.
Yeah.
But this would not happen without our sponsors because this is not a event that is paid for by the school taxes.
No.
This is not paid for by Big Fox Studios. Okay, this is someone that I'm looking for sponsors every year. You know, and you guys are a great partnership to have with us, and so with the others. But it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. Without our sponsors, I can't pay for the commercials. I can't pay for the advertising. I can't pay for the food.
Right.
I can't pay for the ink and postage. And by the way, postage has gone up very much so.
I know. We could have a whole conversation
Yes,
about
we
that.
could.
But before we talk about the individual sponsors, that's why we have your email address, actually your wife's, but she's going to take care of that, and phone number because you're still looking for sponsors.
I am. I'm currently looking for sponsors, you know, because we're doing something unprecedented again this year. We've changed it up. So this would be breaking news. And so if you're a student that could be possibly watching or listening, we are going to have at 8 p.m. at the end of the event, four $500 instant scholarship drawings. Wow. 4 of them. You're not going to get to anywhere.
No.
You're not going to get anywhere in New York State or Pennsylvania where they're going to give you an instant scholarship.
Now, last year was the first year you did the scholarship, right?
That's correct.
How did it go last year?
It was fantastic. We had Mayor Mandel, who's a sponsor. He pulled one of them. We had the head of the Elks, Rick Petsky, pull one. And we had my boss, the Career Development Council, Sally Dean Mosier, pull one. And we called the students live and said, hey, you just won a scholarship.
That's great.
And they were like, I did? And I said, yes. All they have to do is fill out the little ticket, put their name in it. They don't have to be present to win. And then they can win the scholarship. And the program goes with this. Without the sponsors, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So we're giving kids opportunities to win money for showing up.
That's amazing.
That doesn't happen?
Well, tell us about these great sponsors because many of them have been along for the ride the whole time because that's just the kind of reputation that you have, I think.
Well, you know, and thank you very much. I try, and people have a lot of trust in me, what we're doing, and I appreciate that. Come be down with sponsors. So let me just go down this list. First off, our county legislators that have stepped up, and the ones that have, I thank them very much. The ones, Rodney Strange, Steve Pickering, Mark Margison, Marty Chalk. There's another one donated but didn't want his name on there,
awesome.
and that's fine, but he also donated. I will go down the Pew safety training, Zach Pew, which is great. Hilliard, I can't speak enough about Hilliard. They've been a strong sponsor for years. They've been fantastic. We have a new one this year, Sauce Boss, who's located on College Ave.
I just saw a nice news piece on that
Yes,
recently.
yes. His food is excellent. He's going to be donating food, part of the wonderful dinner that I put on for all the reps from 5 to 6, a buffet dinner. So Sauce Boss is new. Shamong Supply with Mark Stemmerman, he's new this year.
Yeah.
Also his Aviators, our Aviators going to be there. Plus, we have Ace going to be there as the mascot.
Of course.
Ace is coming. So Mark, thank you for your support. We also have the Elmira Heights PFO, who've been a sponsors. It's right in their backyard, the PFO. And they need volunteers, too, the PFO does, to keep that organization going. So if you are hearing this, PFO needs you in Elmira Heights. The Career Development Council, of course, putting the word out to the students. And great. The New York State Army National Guard are going to be part of that again this year. The Equitable Financial Advisors out of Rochester, but they cover the Greater Southern Tier BOCES, which is great. Thank you for them, a new sponsor that came on. Of course, we have Wise Markets. Jeff down there does a great job at Wise, providing food and waters, and a big, huge cake he's making for us this year, which is outstanding. We've got the Elmira Elks, of course. We can't do without them. April Bates, who runs this for us, and all the people. The Elks have just been wonderful over the decade. Or more, Mayor Dan Mandel, of course, as another sponsor. And then a new one, Infusion and Hydration and Wellness, located on Miracle Mile, as a new sponsor. And again, we are looking for sponsors because we still have to offset the costs. So if someone can and wants to be part of this, we'd love to have you. If there's a civic organization out there that wants to be part of it, like the Rotary, or someone else for that matter, American Legions, whatever, please contact me. We'd love to have them, the Moose, whoever for that matter. We'd love to have them.
And now you mentioned that you've moved to Thomas A. Edison High School because it's gotten bigger. I know we can't list everybody going to be there, but tell us a little bit about those who will be attending.
Sure. So as the college flyer indicates, we have in-state, out-of-state, 2-year, 4-year, public, private, technical schools, and armed services. So, of course, we have our local schools that will be there representing like Corning Community College, which is a great place to start. I've got 2 degrees from there. My wife does too. It's a wonderful place to start and transfer out. You have Elmira College right in your hometown. We also have Alfred's that are coming, the State's University. We have University of Buffalo, my alma mater is coming, of course. But I have up right now, I think it's 44 schools that have signed up, and armed services. We're going to have the DEC there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the National Guard there. We're going to have the fire department there, the police department. They're all recruiting cadets. New York State Police, the New York State DEC. They're all needing cadets, so there are jobs out there. So if there happen to be a student listening, like, what do I want to do? This is also a career fair, too, that they can come find out how they can get a job in law enforcement.
And we're talking about the Elmira Elks College Fair 2026, Thomas A. Edison High School, Wednesday, April 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. When you talk about 15 years ago when you started this, how did this come about? Where did you get the idea that we in this area, and I believe it to be true, need a college fair?
So my background's in higher education. My master's in higher education administration. I have 4 college degrees, and I'm proud to say that. And I was working at higher ed at the time. And when I got elected to the school board, the superintendent at the Heights at the time was Mary Beth Fiore. And she said, hey, we already have a college fair at the mall. And I said, but I'd like to do one in the spring because bigger cities, a lot of these are run by their county officials because they know about the brain drain, and they make sure they do something to keep the kids here and the education here to keep businesses thriving. So Mary Beth said, okay, well, let's run with it. So we started it out, and we started at the Thomas Edison High School back in the day, which then we moved it to the Elks because of more of a central location. And as you know, I've said, we've outgrown the Elks. So we're bringing it back to Edison, which I'm hoping we're going to outgrow Edison, which would be wonderful. So how it came about is I know we need this because there's a lot of kids that are seniors that are unprepared. And I think I've told you before, when I worked and lived in Long Island, we used to come lately from Long Beach, that would show up in August and say, hey, I want to go to school. Where have you been for the last 4.5 years? And we'd help them get enrolled to school or apply. So I want to help those students realize that there's still time to go to school. And I want the kids that are maybe in 7th or 8th grade thinking, what do I need to get to school? It's never too early or too late to go to college.
Well, again, it sounds amazing with the scholarships. Before we go, what should attendees know?
Well, a couple things. Number 1, it's free to park right on College Ave. Number 2, it's free to attend. Number 3, you have a chance to win an instant $500 scholarship.
Worth it for that.
Without question. Number 4, you don't have to have mom and dad drive you around at $4.29 a gallon right now gas around New York State or Pennsylvania. We're bringing the schools right here to you. So with that being said, come down and walk around and check it out. Save some gas, save some time, get it all done, and maybe win some money. With school. But bring your questions. As a former missions rep, there's nothing worse than having a student come by, look at you, and sort of ha and he and look, and come talk to the reps, engage them in conversation, speak to your high school counselors. They have lists of questions. If they don't, reach out to me and I'll get you a list. Okay, it's simple to do, and you ask these people their questions. What does it take to get in? Are SAT or ACT optional? If not, what test scores do I need? Do you allow animals on parking? Because a lot of kids are animals on campus. Can I bring my car and park? Do you have sports? Do you have club sports? How much does it cost?
Right.
When is there an application deadline? Okay, these are all things that they need to be thinking about. It isn't just, okay, I graduated in June, I'm gonna hang out for the summer, and now think about it. You need to be planning this in advance, which is important. And if you're not thinking about it at all, just come out and walk around and talk to somebody.
Right.
You'd be surprised. And it's just colleges, like I mentioned. We have careers that are going to be there too. And the armed services are wonderful. We have the Army, the Marines, the National Guard, Air National Guard. They're all going to be there. So if you're looking at maybe an alternative thing, and that's another great way to have school paid for.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have tons of incentives. So I can't stress that enough. Also, most important, I want to give a couple plugs out to my wife.
Please do.
Get choked up because she's been a big help to me, Lindsay. I couldn't do it without her and my friend Chris Giaconda. They've been so supportive of me over the 15 years. And I bring my son in, Leonidas, who's like a little people greeter.
Okay.
And I mean it. Those guys, I couldn't do it without them.
I know. Well, it's such an amazing event, and to do it for 15 years, and I hope that it's 50 years more, because it is such an amazing event. And I will say, because of the demographic of those watching, keep in mind, if you're an adult looking to further your education too, we sometimes focus on the kids, or if you're saying, maybe this college I chose isn't for me. Well, now we've got an opportunity to maybe look for a transfer. So, Chris, as always, it's a pleasure. We're going to do this again soon. I know you're busy. You got a lot of planning left to go.
I do. And thank you for having me, and I appreciate all the help and support.
Absolutely.
Couldn't do it without my community.
Absolutely. And there you see again, contact on the bottom. He's always looking for sponsors. Chris, thanks again. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this.